Alright, welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 255. Now, last week I said that I was going to talk about uh, another movie that I did before, but this time it's going to be a different type of cut to that movie. I think that was close to what I said last week. Well, anyway, yeah, Justice League. Well, Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the Snyder Cut. So yeah, yeah, this movie, man, this movie. What can I say about it that I already said? Uh, the last review, the previous on Justice League, 2017 Justice League. I I said that this movie, if you look at the trailer, then you pretty much get to see the Snyder Cut in the trailer. And yeah, I was right. after watching this movie, the trailer for the initial movie, the 2017 movie, everything except for at least maybe one or two scenes, everything in that trailer is 100% the Snyder Cut. Everything in that trailer. So yeah, this movie right here, boy oh boy, you can see that they 100%. This movie is completely different, absolutely completely different from the first film. Completely different. I mean, not only that, it's 4 hours long, and it contrived of excessive slow motion. Not only that, but the story, the build up, the backstories of few characters. I mean, they put more depth in Cyborg in this movie than they did. You barely saw anything of Cyborg in the original cut, the alternate cut. This is the original cut. I mean, Zack Snyder. I mean, this is what he intended to put out. This is what he intended to put out the whole time. But the death of his daughter, he had to bail out, and you know, they brought Joss Whedon in, and they just performed a lot of plastic surgery on that movie. on that movie, a lot of plastic surgery. But yeah, with this movie right here, this is what Zack Snyder wanted to present to us the whole time. Cyborg's backstory, um, more story for the Flash. Hell, they put more stuff in here for the Flash that you could really work with in a Flash standalone film, which they're trying to get off the ground still. Hell, they put a lot more story in for Cyborg that they could really use for a feature film if they desire to make one. And yeah, they had a lot more backstory for Aquaman also, you know. But yeah, a lot more depth for each character. And, the way things may seem familiar in from the alternate cut, the way things seem familiar from there, you know, I could probably count at least three, maybe 3 to 5 scenes that they used for the 2017 alternate theatrical cut. But with this one, you know, like I said, absolute complete plastic surgery. And yeah, this movie got 100% a new face. Speaking of 100% a new face, I mean, the way Steppenwolf look in this movie is a hell of a lot different than the alternate cut. I mean, hell, in this movie, Steppenwolf, man, this guy, he was a fucking beast. Okay, he was large as hell. Okay, the raid on the mascara. Okay, when they fired those arrows at him, and he's standing there with arrows sticking in his body. All he had to do was flex, and those arrows just pop right off of him. Literally, that's all he did. He just and the hair just popped right off. Jesus Christ, man, this guy's a damn beast. Okay, I mean, and yeah, not only we saw Steppenwolf, but we saw another resident from Apocalypse. We saw the big man himself, Darkseid. Not only we saw him, but hell, dude actually had a voice. So yeah, somebody actually played Darkseid in this movie. And even though we saw very little of him, he still had one hell of a presence. And yeah, they may or may not go forward with this. No, they won't go forward with this. After what I heard earlier, they will not go forward with using Darkseid in any other iterations. They're not going to go forward. Yeah, no New Gods movie. So, but yeah, what we saw in this movie, what we should have saw in 2017. I mean, hell, it took a lot of protesting, a lot of petitioning, a lot of hashtags, hashtag Snyder Club, Snyder Cut, release a Snyder Cut, all this shit. It took a lot of that just for Warner Brothers to finally get up off their asses and give Snyder the money to do this movie. It took a lot of that. Your voice was heard. Democracy does exist in Hollywood, apparently. So yeah. Yeah, from 2017 to 2021, and yeah, every time I talk about the movie, I may mention that it ran for 4 hours. Well, if you know a Zack Snyder film, if you've seen a Zack Snyder film, if you know Zack Snyder, if you've seen a Zack Snyder film, then he has a lot of initial cuts, and he has a lot of director cuts. Okay, special editions. Okay, Dawn of the Dead. He has an unrated version of that movie. Okay, Batman versus Superman. He got the ultimate edition of that movie, which ran for 3 hours. And that movie was more Superman story than it was Batman with the original, the theatrical cut. Batman story, the ultimate edition, Superman story, pretty much. Um, um, Hell, there's a whole different ending of Sucker Punch out there, on the DVD. I mean, I don't think there's a director's cut of Sucker Punch out there, but there's a whole other alternate ending that you can find on YouTube. But yeah, man, I tell you, there's a lot of theatrical cuts for a Zack Snyder film, and then there's the extended cut or the unrated cut or the extended edition or unrated edition or director's cut or whatever it is called. It's out there for you. And yeah, this movie is 100% no exception. So yeah, absolute. And yeah, I can tell you something. I gave the The first movie, the theatrical movie, the alternate cut, I gave that a, a solid 4 out of 5. A solid 4 out of 5. That's why I gave that movie a solid 4 out of 5. But with this movie right here, hell, with the extension of the story, with the extension of story from the characters, and hell, with the Zack Snyder type of action that you got in this movie, you know, everything Zack Snyder style all over in this movie. With all of that, this movie is 100% a 5 out of 5 for me. It is awesome. It really is awesome. I can legitimately say that the Zack Snyder Justice League movie is just awesome. I mean, you can't really fight it. This movie, not only it's so long in 4 hours that they had to break it down into 6 chapters. They had to break it down into 6 chapters. I mean, don't don't count on it, Batman. The Age of Heroes, Beloved Mother, Beloved Son, Change Machine, All the King's Horses, Something Darker, and the epilogue, A Father Twice Over. We have 6 chapters and the epilogue, but yeah, I tell you, you can check this movie out on HBO Max. This is an HBO Max exclusive, HBO Max original. So, get yourself a subscription of HBO Max. Check this movie out. If you got 4 hours of your life to spend, you can spend it on this movie because I tell you, you will not regret it at all. 4 hours of your life you will never get back, but it doesn't matter because this movie is 100% pure awesome, 100% legitimately awesome. Okay, a hell of a lot better than 2017. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Superman comes back and he's wearing the black suit. They had to give him a cape for the black suit, which wasn't really necessary, but hey, this is the movie, this is not the comics. My only gripe is that he kept the black suit at the end of the movie. Yeah, if you have not seen this movie, then I'm sorry I just hit you with the spoiler of the ending. It wasn't the actual ending, but if you've seen the first film, then when he walked into the after he heard danger, he walked into the alley, took off his glasses, undid his shirt, and boom, you see the symbol, and that was in the classic blue, red, and yellow. But with this right here, you know, he did the same thing. He heard danger, he walked into the alley, took off the glasses, undid the shirt, and then boom, you see the black and silver. I mean, why he still got that black suit on? I mean, Jesus Christ, was he that weak when he came back from the dead? Because that's all that black suit is for, to help to get his strength back. It takes in all the solar energy that he needs to get back into full strength. That's the only reason why he got the black suit in the comics. After he came back from the dead in the comics, that's the reason why he got the black suit, just to take in all of the sun, the yellow sun, solar energy, just so he can get back into full strength again. And hell, he didn't even get back into full strength with because he had to get into action right away. But hey, that's a different story for a whole different time, and I don't cover comics on this channel, so you're gonna have to look for a comic historian to check out that story arc. Yeah, he covered it for you. But anyway, yeah, this movie though, you know, yeah, it just covers a lot more of everything. I mean, hell, you got Wonder Woman, badass. Oh, yo, let me tell you something about Wonder Woman in this movie. Okay, the confrontation between her and Steppenwolf. Okay, she pretty much John Wayne his ass. Okay, Steppenwolf over here. His axe is over here. He's standing right here. Wonder Woman's right there in front of him, sword in one hand, shield in the other. And yeah, Steppenwolf, he's standing there. He's looking over at his axe. His axe is it's buried in the ground. He's looking over at his axe. Wonder Woman, she had to say shit. She just stood there, give a look. Yeah, you gonna get it or what? She pretty much John Wayne his ass. You want that gun? Pick it up. She pretty much did that shit without even saying anything. Yeah, so Steph, he looking over to see if she gonna make the first move. But yeah, he gotta get his axe. So yeah, he went and grabbed his axe, and she just pounced on his ass. Okay, I mean, damn, that was awesome right there. That was some really good shit right there. That was some damn good shit right there. Okay, she John Wayne his ass. That was just pure awesome. Okay, that's that's definitely one of the highlights of this movie. I mean, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, period. She's a highlight, period. I mean, I can just talk about her all day. But yeah, that was one of the highlights of this movie. Seeing Aquaman do his thing, seeing Mera do her thing, you know, you know, seeing Flash do, oh my God. Speaking of Flash, the girl that played Iris West, the girl that played her, my God, that is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and I'm just wondering why they didn't use her in the theatrical cut. I mean, even though yeah, that was a small scene, seeing her, Jesus Christ, that is just the prettiest girl ever. Why didn't they use her in the theatrical cut? I'm seeing her here. I mean, yeah, we gotta see more of her in the future. I mean, yeah, what is her name? Yeah, I gotta look up her name at some point. But yeah, man, oh man, whew, wow. I mean, yeah, you got Amy Adams playing Lois Lane. Her beauty strikes you. Connie Nielsen playing Hippolyta. Her beauty strikes you. Gal Gadot, her beauty just strikes you. But this girl that played Iris West, damn, strike you, knock you down. Great stuff in this movie, though. From hour 1 to hour 4, great stuff in this movie. You can't pass it up at all. 100% 5 out of 5. Absolute. 100% 5 out of 5. Uh, Lots of things explained, and yeah, lots of things covered. Completely better than the theatrical cut. And yeah, that's my review, Jack. And I'm sticking to it. Now, next week, I'm going to end this little series talking about monsters. Two giant monsters is going to collide. One is a giant radioactive dinosaur, and the other is a giant ape, giant gorilla. And they're going to go at it. And if you've seen the movie already, I'm sure you know who won. That's next week. Check out this shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show is off.